What's up guys, Wes back with Auto Mafia Racing. Today I'm in Big Montana on my F350 2018 6.7. Try to get some gas so I can head up to Clearwater, Florida, you know, Tampa. That's where Brett LaSala is, and he's gonna be building our 6R80. So we have a spare 6R80 I already threw in the back of the truck. Just trying to head there, but of course it's Florida, so it decides it wants to rain and thunder and lightning, you know, like hurricane almost. So the pumps aren't working, which is annoying, but at least I got some snacks for the road. So got about 100 miles to empty. I'll go drive about half an hour and I guess find another gas station. Hopefully by then everything has power again. But yeah, super annoying, but built 6R80 by Brett LaSala. We're gonna get some Exetti clutch packs, upgrade some different parts to GT parts like the pistons and I guess a couple other things he's talking about. And then we're gonna do a TCS intermediate shaft. So this trans should be good for over 800 horsepower and should be able to hold all that power. All right guys, so we just dropped off our transmission at Brett LaSala's house. He's gonna get it fixed up for us, get it all built. We're gonna get some GT parts upgraded on it. We're gonna get a bearing put in it instead of, I guess we'll put a roller bearing in it instead of whatever it has, I don't honestly know. We'll get that fixed. And then we'll get the clutch packs put in it and a TCS shaft, and that will get us going strong. It'll be pretty sweet. I'm excited. Brett definitely thinks that we'll be able to push that 135, 140 mark probably as soon as we put the transmission in, purely because it'll be able to hold the power that it's already making and with the car so light. So very excited about that. We chatted a little bit. I think we're gonna find a way. Well, they said there's a way. I haven't ever looked into it. We're gonna try and make the car a select shift so that we can actually change gears when we want to on the shifter. They said we didn't have to swap computers, and I've never tried it, so we're gonna try that out. I'll let you guys know how that goes, obviously, and show you how to do it. But that way, all your 11 to 12 cars that are auto, we can do select shift and actually hold gears, which would be really, really nice. So yeah, that'd be awesome. It's a pinout. They said it's like 3 wires or 5 wires, something like that. So we'll do it, but right now, it's dropped off. I'm gonna head home, and we'll probably start pulling the transmission out here, and then we'll send that Circle D converter in so that we're ready to go. In about 2 weeks, he said he'll have it done, maybe a little less. We'll pull this other one out and see what it looks like, and then we'll send it, and we'll try and go faster. So yeah, here we go, guys. All right, guys, so it's about time. We're gonna pull our transmission and see what happened to it. We know it's at least toasted somewhat because it was slipping terribly. So we got it on the lift. Let's crank it up. Let's start pulling the transmission. Going up. All right, so we'll check out underneath the car. All of our suspension still looks good. Obviously that 1360 foot was killer, but we got no leaks. Well, maybe a little leak. Might have just been extra residue or a little. That's okay though. But let's keep moving. Now the cool thing about it on this car, since we don't have any exhaust on it because it comes out the hood, there's nothing else to take off. So to remove the transmission, we're gonna remove the drive shaft, which is just those bolts right there, like 6 of them. And then we'll remove our UPR drive shaft safety loop, which is again really super easy. Just gonna take those 2 big ones off right there and there, and then we'll just slide it down the drive shaft. And then right up there, we'll remove the drive shaft. Once the drive shaft is out, we'll lower it down. We'll use our new trans jack. I'm gonna pop this line right there off. That is your transmission lines for the transmission cooler. And then we pop this puppy off, which is the shifter cable. Once that is off, it is literally just a series of the big bolts going around, the starter right there, and a couple bolts on top. That's all it takes. I'm gonna time us to see how fast we do it. I think we're gonna be able to have it out in under an hour. So awesome, way easier when you don't have everything else in the way. Obviously, we got our wrapped up, brand new, rebuilt transmission. We're taking a peek at it. So I'm stoked. Let's do it. Alrighty, so we got the drive shaft out of it already. drive shaft safety loop is out. We're getting ready to pull the trans. So removing some of the plugs. I'm gonna pull the shifter off next, and Cody is pulling off all of the bolts that attach it. Should be off here in a jiffy. And I think Cody's just happy right now because last time we had to make fun of Cody for not hitting the gym enough because the transmission was really heavy and he couldn't lift it. So we struggled last time, which is now why we have this. I got it on Amazon pretty cheap.
6R80s are what, like 300 pounds?
Like 2 something dry. Upper 2s probably, I don't know, something like that. Not as light as they could be. Obviously things could be lighter, but not terrible.
You know, with billet internals.
There you go, we got the good internals in it, so we'll get it done. I'm just really happy about it, guys. I want to go 9s. Let's go.
No.
Yeah. It's leaking. Tip it. It's all
pull out of there.
All right, guys. So there you go. Tranny's out. I think that was way easier.
Yeah.
Cody went to grab something. By the time he came back, I had the transmission basically out. Now it's still hot as hell in here, so there's that. But our fluid looks a tad bit burnt. A little dirty. But we'll pull this one apart and we'll see exactly what fried. I'm kind of interested to find out. But yeah, we'll clean this up.
I'm interested to learn about the internals of a 6R80.
Yeah, me too. Get some stuff. Well, let's clean up the spill, and then we'll put the new tranny in. Over there, we got to pull the mount off. I don't know why nobody makes a solid mount, or maybe I just don't know about it. I'm gonna have to look around, but there's no, for the rear of the transmission, it's not solid. It's a big rubber bushing. Maybe I just haven't looked for one, so I'll look and see if we can find one. Because there's a lot of movement in that, a lot of wiggle. But either way, that was pretty easy. We'll get the new one up there and in just a second, and we'll be good to go. I take that back. We're gonna pull off the converter now and send it to Circle D. I got all excited and ahead of myself. All right, there we go. Cody's got the converter out. This is by Circle D. And if you guys can see, we've been having this weird noise. Now look in there. That's like a nut. So I'm gonna have Cody pull off the flex plate. We're gonna get that nut out. Who knows where it came from or how it got in there.
What damage it's done?
Probably nothing. I mean, it just hit the flex plate. It was just rattling around. But we could always hear it scraping. And we were always like, oh crap, is that a piston? You know, but then it hasn't died yet, you know. They were like, oh, maybe it's a transmission. But again, it didn't die. Well, I mean, it did die, but not until we gave it a lot of power. But we could never figure out what it was. And of course, we didn't want to pull the transmission all the way out to figure it out because it was still running. And these are fairly cheap, so we just sent it. But it looks like when we pulled off the last stock converter, one of the nuts got trapped behind it, and we didn't take that nut out. So we're gonna take it out now, and I bet the car runs a lot quieter. No more shh noise. But let's go check out our converter. I think it still looks pretty good. So here we go. So I thought we had a 4C, but this says it's a 5C. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw it back in a box, and we're gonna ship it back to Circle D, have them take a look at it. They're gonna take it apart, tighten it up a little bit, so we might be not a 5C anymore. Maybe we'll go down to like a 3C or a 2B or something like that. And then they'll ship it back to us, hopefully fairly quickly, and then we'll put it all back in the car and we'll go. So once we'll do this, so I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna see you guys when we get it back. Later. So let's see what this did. Great. Pull her off. So you can see, look, the nut really scraped right around there. And then it jiggled around and got beat up in different areas. Broke part of the back cover off right there. Look at that. 100% what that is though. So what that tells you guys is if you're putting in a converter, and we did this out of the car even, it was just a simple, it got dropped in. I don't know who did it, might have been me, might have been Tommy at the time, but pretty simple, just make sure all of your nuts are accounted for. Always account for your nuts. It's a good thing to remember.
Keep an eye on your nuts.
Keep an eye on your nuts. But yeah, other than that, it doesn't look like it really did any damage, so we're good there. So yeah, we'll just put the flex plate back on, and then I have it boxed up. Give me this. That's crazy beat up. I got the flex, well, he's gonna put the flex plate back on. We have our converter boxed up, so it's ready to go. Gonna stuff it in there like that. They have a sheet I need to fill out. I'll go fill out the sheet. We'll slap it in top, wrap it up with Auto Mafia Racing tape, and we'll like 2-day ship it to them. So hopefully they can do it early next week and get it back to us. So today is Wednesday. Hopefully I'll try and get it there by Friday so that they can maybe start on it next week. And then I'll ask if they ship it back to us, you know, on our account. I'll include a shipping label back. That way we can get it back quickly. So if all goes right, not this coming Monday, but maybe the Monday after we can get it back. That means that not this next Thursday that's this week or the Thursday after, but the third Thursday from right now, maybe we'll be able to go do a test and tune. I've been talking with Circle D a lot, and I obviously looked back at our things, and it shows that I bought a 4C, but apparently they sent me a 5C after we talked, which is fine because we were NA. So 5C is what it took. We'll have Mark Chanchola change all of our records so it shows 5C for NA and 5C for this last pass. And we'll cross our fingers, see what it takes so that we can, I don't know, 3B, 2B, 3C, whatever their numbers are. Whatever Circle D recommends is what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna be able to go much, much faster. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I don't know that we'll be able to launch as hard, but I don't know, maybe we'll have to spray it off the line, who knows, but getting the new trans out, we'll be good to go. Hopefully we get it back in 2 weeks. It's here, guys. It's here, it's here, it's here. I'm so excited. Looky, looky. What is it? Let's see it, let's see it. That's empty. It's not in that one. Oh, hey, look. Another Mustang. New wheels, new tires. There it is. There it is. Circle D. Oh, yeah. Time to open this bad boy up. Throw it in the car. All right, I got it out of the box. Here it is, all nice and sexy. It's freaking heavy, I'll tell you that much. Nice billet converter. Now you guys are gonna ask me, this one is a 3D-P. I don't actually know what that means when it comes to the P or anything. They said they loosened it up for me, so it should be good for boost. They basically were like, send it, let us know how it goes. So fingers crossed when we up the boost, we can be cutting like a 1.2 something 60 foot. That's the goal on, you know, higher boost levels. I think we can do it because the car is gonna be running pretty good. So let's just hope that the track actually takes it. But we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bolt the flywheel back on. Excuse me, not flywheel. I'm gonna bolt the flex plate back on. Right now we just have it up in there loose, so we'll bolt that back on so it's ready to go, and then we'll bolt the converter back on and we'll stick the transmission back in. It's really not a very complicated process, so there's not really even much for you guys to see, but we're gonna get to it, so we'll update you as we go. Well, we're wasting no time at all, guys. We got the converter mounted in the transmission. We got our 3 clicks, so we're good there. We got it mounted on our trans jack. It's a cheap one off Amazon, but it's gonna work. And then Cody and I don't have to break our backs because it's still kind of heavy, and this is a bigger converter, so it's heavy. Trust me, it's heavy. So we're gonna go ahead and wheel it in there and line it up. There's really no room for you guys to see anything, so we'll show you once we have it in. So we got the trans in, guys. We're sitting here right now. We just left some things a little loose, like these bolts are still loose. They're not quite tightened down. We still have to put on our drive shaft. I was gonna say exhaust, but we don't have to put on exhaust, so that's awesome. What I'm doing right now, see if I can get you guys to peek in there. Basically, up in there, right in here is where I'm going, and I am tightening all of the bolts to the torque converter, our new one. So there's 4 of them, and I have to tighten all of them on the car so that it actually sticks and it holds, and we can actually make some power that way. So I'm gonna keep getting those. I got 2 done, 2 to go, and then we'll move on to putting the starter on. All right, so the torque converter is fully seated. The 4 bolts are put in, everything's tightened down, everything's torqued. So now under here, under the car, we're gonna tighten up these 4 right here so that we have the transmission mount tight. And then I have a couple more bolts to hold the transmission to the actual engine, but they're on the top. So we gotta actually lower the car to do that. But before we do that, we might as well put the drive shaft in, because then the back is all the way back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the drive shaft in now, and we're gonna tighten up those bolts. We'll get that done, we'll check back in. So we got the drive shaft in and installed. Cody's putting on our drive shaft safety loop because we like to follow the rules and be safe, and nobody really wants to pogo. That just doesn't sound like a good time to me. You know, back here, it'll just bang around into a bunch of stuff and not really do anything. That's just under the seat. I mean, I don't even have fuel tank or fuel pump there or anything anymore. So we're almost there, guys. Once that's on, we're done underneath the car. We're just gonna go back on top of the car, put in 3 more bolts, I believe, and then we're gonna lift the car back up. We're gonna fill it full of transmission fluid, and then we're gonna crank it up. Let it idle, make sure it's running okay, fill it up with C85, and let it idle, let it get up to temperature. We'll put the transmission into gear and let it spin a little bit, and then we'll check the transmission fluid a couple more times, make sure we're solid, and then we'll go give it a test hit. So we got everything put together. The car went back on the ground. We picked it back up because now we're filling it up with fluid. Now we are using the Ford Mercon LV from the dealership, and it takes like 13 quarts. So we got about 4 in it right now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't even have 13 quarts, so we're gonna have to go buy some tomorrow to finish this up, which is not bad, but we're gonna get all these in it and then we'll check the level. All right, guys, so now that we have enough fluid, or what it appears to be enough fluid in it, it's probably not actually enough fluid, so we're gonna crank the car up and we're gonna let it idle and park, and we're gonna just let it basically get up to a little bit of a warmer temperature and let the pump in the transmission work. We're supposed to let it idle for, I think, like 3 to 5 minutes, so we're gonna do that right now. So let's see if she fires up.
Good idea. I don't want to get poisoned.
Let's not die before I don't want to die before we run a 9. Terpsky spinning away. Sounds good. She's purring like a kitten.
All right, we're gonna let it warm up and we'll get back to you.
All right, we got her all filled up with fluid. We do it while the engine is running and while it's hot, until we're at the top of the dipstick, basically, it has on the transmission. But she's good to go now, so we're ready. She's ready to make some oomph. Ready to make some oomph. And you guys know what's coming. Let's try that again. And just so you guys know, the engine was warm, okay? We didn't just do that, but as always, she sounds awesome. Thanks for watching. We will check you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys at Cleetus and Cars.